Deena ma'am, shall I start?
Yes, Dr. Walter, we'll start.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Very good evening to all the participants. I once again welcome you all to day two of the national workshop organized by the Department of English and Other Foreign Languages, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Ramapuram campus, Chennai. We have with us today once again Dr. Beena Anil from the Department of English and Vice Principal, SDNB Vaishnav College for Women, Chennai, who's going to enlighten us once again on day two of the workshop on online assessment tools for ELT. I'm sure we will have a lot to take away from the session just like yesterday. I request you all to stay with us till the end of the session to access the feedback and post your queries, if any, in the chat stream during the Q&A session. Without further ado, I once again welcome Professor Beena and request you, ma'am, to take over the forum.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Walter. Thank you so much. Um, yes. Before we get started, I would like to answer a question that's been asked by one professor, Pani ma'am. So she was actually asking about whether you can go for old English words. Can you replace those words? Ma'am, for you, the answer is, I was telling you, it's like you can have the repository of words under the banner called dictionary. You can have your own repository. Otherwise, you have this dictionary, which will lead to Google Dictionary. So you can make use of own repository where you want to change this old English into new words or new English or modern English. Then you can make use of that particular tool to convert your old English into modern English, ma'am. So it's like it's manually we have to code, we have to feed the words. That can be done possibly. And yesterday was giving you, and it was not brief enough. So I thought I would tell you about that. Yes,
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am.
thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I hope would have really tried something or other to know about this Google Doc. Today we'll discuss what this Google form is all about. I'll share my screen. Um,
Yes, it's
this,
visible, ma'am.
yes, thank you, Dr. Walter. Actually, this message I got today on one of the walls of my WhatsApp. So it's about speech writer. It seems to be very interesting. One speech writer. I was googling about the speech writer. It's about how most of the teachers will be writing, script for many, whether it is on the stage or off the stage. So, with that note, it's like just how important communication is and how important our language is. Again, communication is not only English, it's any language for that matter. The very important thing is you have to make students to communicate. When they start to communicate, you really allow them to think, and that leads to creativity. So today we'll now in this 1 hour session, we'll discuss Google Form and Google Sites. And Google Form, I'll tell you, most of you are really working with this Google Form. So what is it I'm going to give you new? It's like I'm going to give you 2 or 3 techniques. It's been really helpful to get into this Google Form. Yes. Okay. So when you look at Google Form, most of us will be working on the quiz, which will really make us to evaluate the I don't say knowledge, understanding of our students. So it is not only this way. It's like you have lot of possibilities now here to incorporate with this Google form. And it is like, I'm not going to tell you, it's like most of us be working on this multiple choice questions. And it's like, usually Google form we use for survey as well as for quiz purpose. And here it is like you have, many of you would have tried. But anyhow, I'm telling you, it is like usually you ask the students to write. And in this option, in this Google form, you have everything. You want to write, you want to make students to write a short note, a paragraph. But you can ask me, how is that you're going to evaluate? Again, evaluate part, you're going to test whether they have written it. And somebody was asking about this plagiarism. I think it was Professor Ashwini. So it was how to test this plagiarism. I was telling you, it's just like how you're going to compare both the documents. You're going to compare the documents and you're going to find out how uniformity, how what is the percentage of the uniformity you find on both the screens. The same way, it is like you are going to ask students to write a paragraph, and sometimes they will really lift it from from any one of the websites. So you can go for this comparative study to find out whether the child has written everything on her or on his own, or it's been really copied from any one of the websites. That can be really done. And again, one more thing, it is you ask the students to upload their answer script. That's what we really do. We ask the students to upload the answer script to our Google Classroom. And here in this Google form, you have the option which is called, yes, you have the option which is called file upload. When you're going to ask the students to upload the file, it is the option where they really it is always the way, because every time when you take Google form, it will always take you to Google Drive. So here, this Google form, you can ask students to upload the paper which has been written by them. It's a manuscript. The answer script can be uploaded using this Google form. And again, you can ask me like, what about the attendance? Even attendance can be completely taken when you're going to write the name here. You want to usually we give enter your roll number, write your name. Now instead of that, you can go for this. You can club this Google form with this Google Sheet. Automatically, it will take you to Google Sheet, on which you would have given the name of the students or the roll number of the students. So that can be completely incorporated here, so that the child can click her own name, so that you will not be really confused. Sometimes when you want to go for evaluation part, sometimes the initial of the child would be written like P. Bina. That leads to the, when you want to understand the filtering of the data, then it is always little bit difficult. So to make our evaluation easy, if you want to make your students to write as you want to be mentioned, you can go for the Google Sheet, in which you have all the names, and that can be completely copied here. So you're going to copy the whole list of 30 or 40 or 50 students list would be there, and the child will pick up her name, and that's going to be her name there. It is going to be initial after that, so there is no confusion for you to when you go for filtering of your evaluation process. So that's one point. And you have, and most of you would have tried, but anyhow, well, I'm telling you, it's like you have this short answer, paragraph, multiple choice is always every time we use this multiple choice. And you have the check boxes. And you're going to have check boxes, is a nice option. When you want, multiple answers, you want a child to mention, multiple answer, then you can go for this, check boxes. And again, this drop box is another one. Using this drop box, you can incorporate this Google Sheet, and by which you can ask students to just select her name or his name. I'll tell you, Google Form is really amazing. You can include this video, and most of you now, this is the time where most of us own YouTube channel. So you have your own video. So you want to have, it's like you want to add your video here, or you want to add a video which is related to your topic. You can ask students to play it, and then you can ask students to write. You can give a comprehensive way of asking questions so that the child will really look at the video and answer. So as you know, it's like everything would be always been exhibited in the form of bar, a diagram, a chart, so that if you want to have an individual performance of the of the students, you could get it from this Google form. So I will tell you is evaluation part, because now it's like you have lots of consultancy who will be really helping us to take up this online exam. So you have a lot of consultancy, a lot of agencies. Adding to that, it's like I would say personally, Google Form is really amazing. You can really find a lot of new techniques being adopted, being added to this Google Form, so that it is always helpful. It is always teacher friendly. So as it is Google, you can always trust Google. Again, when you want to have any sort of extension, when you say, and you know that when you conduct webinar, all of us have conducted a lot of webinars. This is part of our profession actually. So we always connect this certify them. So, like certify them, you have a lot of other extensions. We really help you to understand what are the other application to be. For example, you want to take attendance, you can download that. Even along with Google Meet, you can download this attendance checker. That's an application which will be downloaded that can be incorporated. So at the end of the session, you really find how many students attended and how many minutes they were on the platform. So that can be really evaluated. So nothing to worry about. Anything. Evaluation part is always easy when you're going to use this Google form. Again, Google Doc is in the way of, there's no copying, nothing. You can turn on the caption so that the child can really talk to herself to find out how she really pronounced some of the words, the sentence formation. Everything can be completely tested. Again, the best part of it is, as we are looking at this Google form as a teacher, the same way students really know how to escape, how to incorporate what are the other applications to that, so that they can really make us to feel that they are always pakka in their work. So even and that loophole is always there. But anyhow, it's always a learning process for them as well as for us. So this is what Google form is all about. I'm not getting again, you can add the picture. Again, the picture I wanted to tell you, because all of us really know it's we take picture from Google search. You just go for, and then we really paste the picture. So for the evaluation part, again, I would like to tell you some of the applications, some of the websites really help you to create your own picture, your own images. So when you're going to create your own images, you have this creativity there. You always ask students to have their own interpretation. So I'm going to tell you some of the applications which will really help you to evaluate the creativity of your students through their writing or speaking, because these two skills can be tested very perfectly by using this Google form. So I'll take you to that website, and then we'll get into this Google Sites. I really love this website, which is called GeoGebra. It is meant for math students, but again, when you want to have something, for example, you want to give a picture, you can have something here, which is again how we are going to, because we always have we always teach students of other disciplines. So when you want to talk about something related to maths, something related to graph, so you want to draw something, you wanted to make students understand what it is. So you can go for this website, which is really amazing. You can draw anything. You can go for, if you're good at maths, you can go for number of diagrams. You have it. This is totally free. You don't want to subscribe it. My point here is, we have a lot of applications, and it is always, you want to know about it, go to YouTube channel, you type it and you get what it is. Everybody will really explain everything in 2 or 3 minutes, so it's not a big deal to know what is new in the market. But anyhow, when you're going to put it across in a very different way to your students, they really develop their logical thinking, a problem solving capacity, because 21st century skills are are like problem solving. You have to develop this problem solving skills of our students, logical thinking, critical thinking. So all skills are always much prevalent in this 21st century skill developing uh, scenario. So you have it. Yes. So you want to draw, you really say that you so you have an answer here. So whatever you do is you get an answer here. So it is like A, B, C, what it is. I'm not a max person, so it's difficult for me to understand. But again, so if you ask the child to explain this, to describe that, the student will really do it in a wonderful way. So here you have everything. You want to have this image, and then you save it. You really share. You want to share this. Again, yesterday I was telling you, it's like you share it as a link, or you want to convert into this QR code. You can do it. So why this QR code? What is the big deal when you're going to share the link? So I would tell you, it's always something different. It's always own the old wine in a new bottle. So how is that you're going to present? That matters a lot. So so you have it. Yeah. So you can have this one. So whatever you want, you can draw here. So this is how it works. So and you can save this. You can share it. You can if you want to share the link, you can share the link using your Google form. So it is like, that we always go for different sections. The first, you really wanted the child to write something, and then you want the student to look at the picture and narrate, and then you want the child to upload a video. So even a student wanted to you want to test the speaking skill of your students, you can ask the student to upload the video which has been recorded by your students. So that can be done using your Google form. So I'll tell you, it's an amazing tool to evaluate for this assessment part. Google is always the best. And you have this Quizlet and Socrative. All these are applications actually. So Socrative is always a very good application, which is always helpful to assess your students. And again, when you talk about Google form, you have a lot of extension according to your interest, according to your need. You can go for the extension. And yes, Quizlet. Quizlet, again, another one where it's an application which is helpful for you to find out the knowledge of the understanding of your particular lesson using this application called Quizlet. And again, I'll tell you, it's like when you come to Google form, it's more or less the same. It's like so it's always safe to use this Google form, because nowadays it's a highly risk to download unknown applications. So to be on safer side, you can ask students to, it's nice to use this Google form. Okay, this is one application which can be really used for your evaluation purpose. Or for your task-based teaching. And you have, now this is one website which is called Adobe Spark, and which is a very, very popular one. And here it's like, I was telling you, it's like you want to you want to evaluate the speaking skill of your students. So it's like always you go for the image which you take from Google Images. So you want to be something different. You want to make the point very clear using or creating or making your own brochure or making your own invite or making your own poster. So when you're going to use your own poster, it's like you can go for this Adobe Spark. You can create your own poster. You can save it. You can take that particular poster to your Google Drive and then can connect this particular picture to your Google form. So this is a way of making students know to think in a very different way. So it is again an interesting application. Even it is application as well as a website. So if you want to work on your mobile phone, you can go for the application. You can again, it is totally free. Totally free. I would say 25% of the pictures are totally free. You can improvise those pictures. So it is always nice. So you can improvise those pictures. Again, it is free, and you can create your own video using this Adobe Spark. You can make use of those pictures. It is license free pictures. You have a lot of such websites. It's like a Flickr. Canva is another important applications where you can create your own invite. You can create your own book creator. You can ask students to look into it when you're going to create your Google site. So you have to make use of all these applications which really enrich your Google site. So you're going to share the Google site with your students. I'll tell you, it is not only the content, even the presentation will be completely amazing for them to understand, yes, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to make the point clear. So it is always a step ahead, a way of doing your innovative things. And this evaluation part, again, the assessment, I always stick to that. This assessment part, again, you want to share, for example, you wanted to share one particular book, which is ebook or which is audio book. You want to add this audio book link to your Google form, and you ask the students to listen to that particular video. Because if you think that it is not possible for me to record something and send it across, so there is an application which is called Open Culture. You have a lot of audio the books applications, Spotify. You have a lot, but here it's like you have this one which is called as Open Culture. It is always a repository which has got a lot of resources. And when you're going to ask a student, for example, you want to ask the students to listen to one particular story. So you can connect this link to your Google form, and you're going to ask the students to listen to that particular story. And if you want to ask certain questions related to that particular story, you can do it. If you don't have time to have your own voice, video or audio or whatever. So this is again an interesting website. It's completely meant for literature. It's completely meant for language and literature, and you have it. It's the way of you can play it. You have all the stories. For example, you want the student to listen to only this particular story, The Wolf and the Fox, and your students can listen to this. I'll play this.
LearnOutLoud.com presents the Aesop's Fables podcast, a perennial choice for the moral education of children. These brief tales of virtuous living can be enjoyed by the young.
Now, was it audible, Mr. Walter?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pay it again.
Alike. For a full listing of Learn Out Loud's educational podcasts, please visit our website at www.learnoutloud.com/podcast.
The Wolf and the Fox. At one time, a very large and strong wolf was born among the wolves, who exceeded all his fellow wolves in strength, size, and swiftness, so that they unanimously decided to call him Lion. The wolf, with a lack of sense proportioned to his enormous size.
So when you're going to play such stories or such videos or audios, it's always been a way of exploring. So students always listen to various Englishes, I would say, because we are in the world of Englishes. So your students really know what is this, whether it is British or American or Indian, whatever. So the child can, or the students can really write the story in her own words, whatever. So it's a way of evaluating them. It can be a form of a task that you can think, and because we really understand our own students' pulse, so accordingly we can design the task, and you can upload it to your Google form, so that it will be played and your students' skills can be evaluated very easily. And yes, and again, you wanted to, again, vocabulary part, dictation. If you want to give the, you want to test the vocabulary part of your students, or just you want your students to know more about a particular word, this website is really interesting. It's like, again, you can incorporate this. Just for example, you wanted to find out, you really want your students to find out the meaning of the word, earth. So you can look at this. Earth has got a lot of meaning, and it's like you can find out whether which one is adjective, because the color you can really go for this. So all these are noun, and the green, which one is verb. So earth, it is a verb. It's like your students will really know why it is a verb, and this earth is a noun. How come it is a noun? So it is a way of understanding. So if you give a word and you ask the students to understand how it has been completely defined, and different meanings, fine. And then again, the grammatical aspects of the particular word could be completely given. So whether the child is going to write it out or going to understand and use those words in the form of sentences is up to you to decide. So again, this can be incorporated to this attached or added to this Google form. And yes, this is again amazing website, and this one is an awesome website, is Z Library. This is going to be useful not only for students, even for teachers. You have lots and lots of books, lots and lots of research articles. So, most of the, I would say 75% of books are completely downloadable, totally free. And again, you want to have something. For example, you want your students to read one particular text. You can take and you can copy it, and you can always, copy the link and share it. Otherwise, you want to use your Google site, and you can add all the links, and you don't want link, and you want only the QR code. You don't want to be confused with your link, and you can go for QR code, and you can paste all these QR codes or the links on your Google site, which is being named after you. You can name your Google site. As we have your website, you can have your own website, which is Google site. And this is an amazing website. Fine. Let us move on to this Google Sites. So Google Sites, again, is very interesting application. It's like you have, when you scroll this, you find lot of templates. If you want to use for education, you have your own template. And for example, you can take this class name. This is the website, and you can name your website. For example, this is your website, and you want your website to be named as English for All, right? This is going to be a website. And when you have this, you have number of pages. You can't limit yourself. You have number of pages. And on each page, you can include you want to have the content. First, for example, English for all. If it's going to, the first page is going to be about you or about your college, you can have that. Or you want to talk about your own class, or you want to talk about your particular subject, the paper which you're going to handle, that's going to be your first page. And the second page is somewhere you're going to use the pictures, or you're going to have the video, or you want to give the links like Google Form or Docs or whatever. You can have that, and then it's all the template. You can change the template. You want to embed the thing, you can't, you wanted to have the images, you can add images. Again, if you don't have, as I said earlier, you're going to create your own images, you're going to download it, or you're going to save all the images in your Google Drive, and we're going to have this website, this Google site, which should be created only using your Gmail account. So all the images which you have in your Google Drive can be always been attached to your Google site. So again, the link would be always been given. And if you want your students to work on a particular task, that can be always been done. So that can be tested here. So again, this is going to be a resource which can be used for years to come. You can't restrict yourself. You can modify it now and then according to the level of understanding, according to the level of interest of your students. You can modify this website. So once everything is ready, again, you have to go for this preview. When you look at the preview, you can find you have lot of options where you can add your video, you can add your audio. If you want to create, if you want to add an audio book, you can do it. So it's a full, it's like how you take your notes to your class. In the same way, it is always a digital notebook which you carry, and it can be always been evaluated also. So you can ask the students to get into this particular quiz, ask the students to do it, attend it, and you set the time, you check the evaluation part, you check the answer, everything will be completely done. And again, you ask the students to listen to that particular video, and then you ask students to answer, whether it is paragraph or it is going to be written on a piece of paper that should be completely uploaded to your Google form. Again, you want to check whether it is being genuinely done. Even that can be tested. And you have all the pages here. You have the preview. You want to add more pages, you can go for that. You have the schedule here. It's like you want to add the pages, can be done. And again, in this to this Google site, you can add form sheets, whatever you want. You are interested to add, you can do it very freely. And you have this share with others. If you're going to share it, again, only you have to make the person to be an editor or viewer. That should be done. That should be decided. And once everything is done, you're going to publish it. When you're going to publish it, you will. I'm not going to publish this. When you're going to publish this, a mail or a link would be generated, and the link being shared with your students, so that your students cannot touch on your on your pages. So it has always been the research has been given to your students, the content which has been given to your students. This link again can be changed according to your interest. So this link can be added to the Google form or to the Google Classroom or on the Google Doc, so that your students can really look at that and really go for their own creativity, their own presentation. So this is again on your professional front, you can use this site so that you can have your own website. You can have, you will be good at research, you'll be good at various other areas. So you can dedicate each page for your each credential. So once it is like you own there is no time limit for this. It is always free, and it can be used. It can be viewed, reviewed every time. So how you have been really working on the blog. And for this blog, you have the comment. You can find how many of them really viewed your blog. Whereas in this, it is not like that. It is always a way of enriching your own, professional outlook. That's it, right? And yes, I wanted to tell you a few things about this Google Keep. It's nothing to do with your evaluation part. It's not a tool as such, but it is always note taking. So yeah, I wanted to share. Uh, these are the websites are really good enough. And again, now Dr. Walter was asking me about this translation part. And Google, as I
Yes.
was telling you, sir, Google Translate is always the best one. If you're going to download this application, you'll have everything using this Google Translate. And again, you have other applications which are not being, genuinely tested. But I would say Screen Translator is another translator which is good. Again, it is very difficult to find the translation part when it comes to Tamil language, right? And Screen Translator is very good, in translating English into Tamil. The whole screen will be completely translated. And Online Translate is another application, but I always recommend this Google Translate. And Google Translate, again, you have the free version. And you're going to download this application. It's amazing. It is always you can find that, right, when I'm going to talk in Indian English, and you find it's the same sentence to be translated into American English. You find that when you're going to have this application, Google Translate application. So, yeah, I think it's like, uh, I've done with my presentation. I guess you would have got something or other from my session.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I request the participants to post your queries in the chat stream. It was indeed, meanwhile, while the questions are coming in, let me just say it was indeed a refreshing experience, ma'am, because initially when we started out in the lockdown period, especially, we were exploring so many different apps and so many different tools. But then slowly, as time went by, we tend to, we started sticking to only one or two, because just to make things simple, and we started forgetting about all these, like you mentioned, so many Socrative, Quizlet, Padlet, Open Culture,
Tamil.
Repository,
Exactly.
and especially some very useful tools like Adobe Spark. In my own experience, I when I couldn't download, because for some reason I couldn't download the Photoshop, and I actually used Adobe Spark to create a lot of posters for events which we conducted by our department. So it was really a refreshing experience to see someone of your experience, and to come forth with so many different tools, and remind us that there is so much out there to actually use and implement. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Last
your words, sir. Thank you.
question
Yes.
is, I think, posted earlier by Mr. Radha Krishnan. Does Google Form help the user to highlight the important question words?
Question verbs, Orman, sir. It's there on the chat. 1 minute, sir.
Yes.
Yes, I'll.
Take your time, ma'am. If there are any questions, kindly post them in the chat, or you can also, I request the participants to unmute their mics, and you can also ask your questions directly to ma'am. Ma'am, can you unmute your mic, ma'am?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I changed my headset. It's like,
But-
can you repeat the question?
Yes. The question was by Mr. Radhakrishnan. Does Google Form help the user to highlight the important question words?
Question words.
Yes, ma'am.
I question words, sir.
Yes, ma'am. That is what he has mentioned.
So is it on the chat? Yeah.
Yes, it is there.
Walter, maybe you can ask him to unmute and explain it so that Dina can explain more
Yeah,
clearly.
ma'am. Good evening. Yeah, ma'am. Good evening. This
Good
is
evening, sir.
Radhakrishnan. Yeah, this is Radhakrishnan from Tanjavur, Tamil Nadu. See, I've been using Google Forms for about 6 months of time. But there is no option which is given in Google Form to change the font size and highlight some of the words which can be used for the students to answer the question. So that is these are the demerits which is existing with the Google Form right now. And I do not know whether I'm unaware of these things or not. This is my question. Is this possible for me to make use of it?
Sir, you have an extension part actually. It's like when it is very plain, it's like as you said, it's not possible for you to highlight the questions. You
Yeah.
have an extension where you get into this Google Play Store and you have the extension where you have the highlighter. Wherever you want to change the font, it can be done. So which is called an extension part. Always no, sir. It's like a Google form. Along with that Google form, we go for an extension, which is to certify them. Through that particular application, we can create our own certificate. The same way, you have an highlighter application, which will be really helpful for you to highlight the fonts, or you want to change the font, can be done, sir. It can be done.
Yes.
The thing is, it should be downloaded. That application should be downloaded, and it should be attached towards. Attached to this Google form.
And madam, I have another question for you. It's my humble request for you that I was not able to listen to few of the websites that the sites that you have suggested for us to make use of it for students. The learners, because due to the poor audibility. Poor audio problem. So, is this possible for you to name almost all the websites that we can depend on much?
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Pleasure.
Yeah,
I'll do
please.
that. I'll share my PPT also with the organizer. So it can be done, sir. No problem.
How can I get it, ma'am? How can I get it? Because he doesn't know my mail ID. Shall I give the mail ID through chat?
I'll give my mail ID, sir. Nothing wrong in that. I am ready to share my PPT. It's okay. No problem. I'll give my mail ID. I'll do that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Pleasure is mine.
So if you're going to send a mail, I'll forward my PPT.
Yeah, I forward my mail, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Screen. My mail ID.
We can also share it after the program with the participants, ma'am, with your permission.
Yes. Yeah. Fine. I'll show the audiobooks links alone. Sir, Radhakrishnan sir, is it visible? It's like you find so these are the audiobooks websites, sir. You can go for this Thought Audio, which is again an interesting one. Open Culture is a very good, reliable one.
Yes, ma'am.
And I was talking about this free website, free book website, and this is the one which is called Z Library. You type Z Library, which is part of Asia, and you get that particular website, sir. It's completely filled with lot of resources.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's the books. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you for having enriched us with the important science which can be used for students.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I think that answers Professor Ashwini's question also. Ma'am, can you please recommend some free audiobook websites and apps? So that would answer the question also, because the same question, because they are almost the same. The resources for the audiobooks and websites are there in the PPT. And of course, with your permission, I'll be sharing the PPT, ma'am, with the
Yeah, of course,
all
Dr.
the
Walter. It's my
participants.
pleasure. Yes.
There are other questions, ma'am. Is there any application to check the frequency of vocabulary?
Application to check the frequency of vocabulary. Frequency is in the speed of it or the reliability of this of vocabulary.
The question is by Ida Grace Abraham. Ma'am, you can unmute your mic if you want to add to that. Frequency of vocabulary. I think man means the repetitive.
Reading.
Like, I think if it is repetitive vocabulary, if any words are repetitive, is there any app to check that? In case other words can be used instead of using the same words again and again.
It's
I think it's a part of digital humanities where the repetitive words are like put in a statistics to make a template for the learner. I think it comes under digital humanities, and there is certainly a website to do all those calculations. Am I right, Beena ma'am?
It's fine. It's fine. It's like data mining. Yes, I understand that. Again, if you wanted to understand the frequency of this vocabulary, I would say like there is one application which is called Grammarly. I was mentioning about this in the last session. The Grammarly is the one which is automatically correcting the sentence. If it is again the spell check, and again you can go back to this Google Docs, which will really talk about how you are going to. If there is a mistake there, you can go for suggesting the particular word, so that the word will be correctly corrected. And again, you have your own repository of dictionary. You have your own words. So that will really make the automatic correction of your words. That's it. Yes, as Professor Ramalakshmi said, it's like part of this digital humanities. Again, you have this coding, you have data mining.
And you can also rewrite text, no, ma'am? You can also rewrite.
Yes, rewrite. Yeah, of course, you can rewrite.
Like reformulate sentences.
Exactly.
There is a question by Mr. Ramu. Is there any easy method to share students' list to select their name at the time of submitting Google form?
Google list. Again, we have to. The Google Sheet can be really used.
Yes.
Again, that
The
cannot
Google
be
Sheet can be
done.
generated.
Google Sheet can be used. It should be done manually actually, and only then you can incorporate this Google Sheet to your Google form. That can be automatically done. Then you have the list. So Google Sheet helps here to understand the. To get the name list of the students.
I think that's all with the questions, ma'am. Those were the questions which were posted by our participants.
Sir, I think I have a question.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, is there any way to test the speaking skills of the students through any of these sites? Like where they record and send, and we could give them feedback after listening, like say 1 or 2 minutes. And where they could test themselves, like self-assessment or something.
Self-assessment. You have a lot of applications. Again, you have an application which is called Cake. Application is completely devoted to test the speaking skill of students, and has been recorded again and again. I'll tell you, you have a lot of applications. It's called this voice recorder. They can go for this textual recording. They speak, yesterday we were now discussing this Google Doc, and your voice be completely converted into text. That can be done actually, so that the child can really correct herself. When something goes
Okay.
wrong, that can be done.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
With that, we'll come to the end of the Q&A session.
Sir, I think there is one more question by Ashwini.
Yes, go
Is
ahead.
there any other application or something to create PowerPoint other than Microsoft, which we
Yeah.
can create through our phone?
Yes, you can do it. Yeah, Ashwini, I just it's nice. Uh, I'll tell you that you have. It's not the application actually. You have a website. Again, you can be using your mobile to create your own PPT. It is called Slide Mania. Uh, uh, Dr. Walter, if you have a few minutes, I think I can get into that particular website.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Can
Go
I?
ahead.
Thank you. You have this presentation go. This presentation go again. It's a free website, completely dedicated for your PPT templates. You have lot of free version. You have to select which one you really want. Some of the templates are paid, so you don't get into that. You can go for the free version. You have everything here. This is one website. Again, it's very interesting. Very interesting. You have a lot of, you can look at this. Everything is free. So you have to choose your concept. According to your concept, you can go for the template. This one. And again, I tell you another one which is called Slide Mania. This is also interesting website. And you have lot of Google, free Google, free PowerPoint presentation. The thing is, you're going to download it. If you're going to download, it will ask you whether you want to download as Google Slides or just like a PPT. So you select for PPT so that it will download it to your desktop. So you can improvise it. You can go for all sort of modification. It can be done. It's totally free, Ashwini. It's totally free. And you have another one which I said, Canva. Canva, again, you can create your own a poster, brochure, your own template. Everything can be done now while you are using this Canva. I think, Ashwini, I've answered your question.
Thank you, ma'am. With that, I think we can wind up the Q&A session. I kindly request our professor and head, Dr. Rama, to give her comment.
Yes.
Over to
Thank you,
ma'am.
Walter. I'm just waiting to say so many things to Beena, and I think she was extremely resourceful. In fact, I'm falling short of words to thank her for the quantum of information she has given us. She's inundated us with so many websites and tools. I think all of us thought that assessment tools were so cumbersome and so difficult, and Beena made it sound so easy. So, on behalf of our department, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to you, Beena, for spending your precious 2 evenings with us and giving us a lot of information. So, thank you once again.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, thank
Shall
you,
we
Dr.
move on to the formal vote of thanks, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
I request my colleague, Dr. Nagamani, to deliver the formal vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Walter. Good evening to all the participants of this two-day workshop on online assessment tools. It is really a pleasure for me to propose vote of thanks on behalf of the Department of English and Other Foreign Languages, SRM IST Ramapuram. As ma'am said, no, we are really grateful to you, Beena ma'am. Our sincere thanks to the resource person, Dr. Beena Anil, for her magnanimity in having readily accepted our invite. Holding a prestigious position of being the vice principal of SDNB Vaishnav College for Women, and so many accolades to her credit. It is so kind of you, ma'am, for having accepted our invitation and having spared your precious evening time with these 2 days, giving us a very relevant insight, addressing the need of the hour, that is online assessment, which is as challenging as the teaching process. Yes, thank you so much for ma'am for being so informative and illuminating also. And I extend my heartfelt thanks to our esteemed head of the department, Dr. Rema ma'am, for having been the support for all our endeavors. And I place on record my sincere thanks to my colleagues, Dr. Ramalakshmi and Dr. Walter Parker, for having organized this wonderful, very contemporary workshop addressing the needs of all the teachers, actually. And I would be failing in my duty if I don't express my sincere thanks to Preeta Basu, my colleague, for having been coordinating with me throughout the workshop. And I thank all the faculty members of our department and all the teaching fraternity from other colleges for having joined us in these 2 days workshop. Thank you one and all, and meet you all in another fruitful session like this. Thank you so much. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
kind of you, ma'am. I was actually just going through your profile. It was so, I was really wondering how simple you are and very, very down to earth.
Wow.
And we have been given, as ma'am said, no, we have been given a lot of information regarding the very tough task of evaluation process. Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you.
Yes.
Nagmani ma'am, I vouch for that, how she's down to earth and so simple. I was really scared at the beginning.
No, it was very obvious from the beginning. From yesterday's session itself, it was very obvious. And her profile is so impressive. So impressive. She is holding so many positions, and doing so much of a productive work. And one of the participants, they have expressed their appreciation. One of the participants, I just was reading it. She was saying, being an English teacher, you're so much technically an expert.
Yes.
That is really an amazing compliment. Yes, because people think that English teachers do not have technical efficiency, but you have disproved that statement, I think. Thank you so much.
Yeah, ma'am.
Happy to have met you.
I had made that comment.
Yes, ma'am. I was reading. I didn't remember your name, but I wanted to mention it to ma'am. That is why I placed.
Yeah, it's really one of the most interesting session for this lockdown period. I have attended many number of conferences, webinars, and before I have attended also your previous webinar too. But it was quite interesting for me that I was just thinking about how we can use some technologies and how it will be helpful for the English professors. But Beena ma'am made it very great by doing all the things very clear manner. So it's really helpful for us being English teacher.
Thanks for sharing your comments, ma'am. Thanks for sharing your comments.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Shall we wind up the session, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes.
Walter. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.